Romantic love. It is beautiful and intoxicating, yet heartbreaking and soul-crushing, often at the exact same time. Which raises a strange question. Why do we willingly choose to put ourselves through this emotional wringer? You might think biology or evolutionary psychology would have a definitive answer for this by now, but they don't. If romantic love has a strict biological purpose, science hasn't discovered it yet. Without a clear scientific explanation, we have to look elsewhere. Over the course of history, some of our most respected philosophers have stepped in to ask whether love actually gives our lives meaning, or if we are just falling for a cosmic trick. The ancient Greek philosopher Plato explored the idea that we love out of a desperate need to become complete. In his Symposium, Plato recounts a myth from a comic playwright named Aristophanes. According to this story, humans were once powerful creatures with 4 arms, 4 legs, and 2 faces. But one day, they angered the gods, and Zeus sliced them all in 2. Ever since that moment, every person has been missing half of themselves. Romantic love, in this view, is a lifelong, tragic compulsion to wander the earth looking for a soulmate to make us whole again. Centuries later, the German philosopher Arthur Schopenhauer looked at the same problem, but he shifted the blame from cosmic gods to our own biology. He argued that love based on physical desire is a voluptuous illusion. Our desires actively deceive us, leading us to believe that finding another person will finally make us happy. But we are sorely mistaken. Nature is simply tricking us into procreating. Once those sexual desires are satisfied and the children are born, we are thrown right back into our tormented existences, perpetuating an endless cycle of human drudgery. Under both of these frameworks, human beings are powerless. We are either serving an ancient punishment handed down by the gods, or our brains have been hijacked by biology. The British philosopher Bertrand Russell offered a more psychological perspective. He saw love as a necessary defense mechanism against a harsh environment. Russell noted that our fear of a cold, cruel world tempts us to build hard shells to protect and isolate ourselves. It is only the delight, intimacy, and warmth of love that helps us escape that loneliness and engage fully in life. But Siddhartha Gautama, the Buddha, looked at that exact same craving for warmth and passionate attachment and identified it as a severe defect. From a Buddhist perspective, trying to satisfy our base desires doesn't offer an escape from suffering. Those romantic attachments are the actual root cause of our pain. The Chinese novelist Cao Shui-qian illustrated this danger perfectly in the classic novel Dream of the Red Chamber. A character named Jia Ru becomes so obsessed with a woman who tricks and humiliates him that he is torn apart by conflicting emotions. He looks into a magic mirror to cure his obsession, sees the woman instead, and his soul is dragged away in iron chains to die. Missing halves, biological traps, desperate fears, and dangerous cravings. Across all these perspectives, love is an external force that victimizes us. In these stories, we are not the drivers. We are passengers being driven blindly by things we cannot control. The French philosopher Simone de Beauvoir offered a different way to look at the entire inquiry. Beauvoir shifted the focus. She suggested we stop acting like passive victims trying to figure out why we fall in love and start taking ownership of how we can love better. Beauvoir warned that traditional romantic love is a trap. If we rely entirely on another person to justify our existence, we lose our own identity. That dependence easily breeds boredom and toxic power games. Her solution is what she called authentic love. This means approaching romance more like a profound friendship. Instead of 2 halves desperately seeking completion, you are 2 whole individuals who choose to stand side by side. This shift grants us agency. Lovers can actively support each other in discovering themselves, reaching beyond their own limitations, and enriching their lives together. We may never definitively solve the scientific mystery of why human beings fall in love in the first place, but by choosing to practice love authentically, we stop being helpless passengers on a terrifying emotional ride, and we finally take the wheel.